We're back. We're live. We're here. I am here for you. Don't you cry. Don't cry. You're so beautiful. OMG. 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 Testing 1, testing 2. Testing 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Let's go, everybody. What's up, my boy Ty Lord? We got Eric Von Eric. We got the 1 a.m. special. I know it's on the Eastern Standard Time. We're on the West Coast time, baby. It's good to see you guys. It's good to be gay with you guys. You guys are my Pink Brony warriors. You guys are the greatest Pink Brony bros any man or they them could ever ask for. And you guys are amazing. So I do want to thank you guys for being so cool. So hip, so with it. My life is brilliant. My shits are pure. And I saw an angel. What's up, Annie? We got Annie. We got Ty Lord. We got Eric. Von Eric. 4-3. Thank you guys for showing up to the show. I appreciate it. You're a Pink Brony bro. We got many Pink Bronies in the house. I appreciate it. We're just getting a couple things squared away on the internets. So Tim Smith is requesting that we watch a new Adam Livingston. Oh, God. Oh, no. Okay. So we'll watch about like 5 minutes of Adam Livingston. I'm afraid to do this, but I'm going to do it. Because Tim, I love you, bro. You're a good man. We're going to watch Adam Livingston to start off the show. And then we'll get to the good stuff. We're then going to we're going to react to Trump defeating the woke and weak Iran. Look, Iran is woke because their supposed new Ayatollah is a little zesty, if you catch my drift. That's the allegedly, he's zesty. Now, we're not going to watch an entire Adam Livingston because Adam Livingston is incredibly insufferable. Give me 1 second, though. I'm getting things set up real quick. Hold on. Give me just a few more seconds, you guys. Based Garza, I am pretty based, man. I would say that this channel is one of the more based channels on the internet. And people love us for it. Oh, God. Tim Smith, what are you doing, bro? Okay, fine. Hold on, give me a second. Adam Livingston is gay. Okay. Now, Adam Livingston is the worst thing on YouTube. Oh, God. Oh, no.
Good day, everyone. My name is Adam Livingston.
Does he have to wear the fucking orange Bitcoin tie? God, can you imagine? Like, it's nice that he's making money off this shit. Like, I'm happy that he's making money off telling young people to be stupid, degenerate gamblers. I mean, I guess that's part of it is kind of funny at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, he is convincing young people to be degenerate loser gamblers. That's a problem. That is a huge problem. And hey, thank you, Matt. I appreciate the respect. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the shout out. Don't forget to double tap the screen to like the stream, you guys. Once again, don't forget to double tap the screen to like the stream. It really does help the channel in more ways than one. It's one of the things I always say on this channel. Never gets old. Okay, it gets old, but I do appreciate you guys a lot. Yeah, let's keep going. Actually, I'm going to change up something real quick. Hold on, you guys. Something I got to try. Give me another few seconds, though. I'm setting up one of the goals here on the YouTube app. It's like the only way I could do it, unfortunately. Give me just another moment, Brony Warriors. You're a pink brony, bro. I'm setting up. And you dance at the gay clubs, oh my God. We're just having fun on the stage in Nahoos. Okay, I'm going to praise Tim Walls, everybody. You guys are about to see it here first. I may praise Tim Walls tonight.
I am the Bitcoin wizard, and all of the people who ever doubted Sailor
Oh my God. I feel like we reacted to this yesterday, but let's keep going.
are the biggest idiots on planet Earth.
Oh, no, wait, I don't think we did. This is...
Bears are so stupid now that the market has delivered its ruling, and the ruling is that the bears are economically deceased. They are on the floor squirming around.
Oh, God, this guy is so insufferable. Bitcoin is a combination of things. It is the internet, people on the internet being stupid and getting in and out of Bitcoin rapidly. It's essentially gambling, and Bitcoin has an intrinsic value of 0. And the fact that Michael Saylor's micro wiener strategies is completely backed as a Bitcoin treasury means it's backed by nothing of intrinsic value. Therefore, eventually, Michael Saylor's micro wiener strategies is going to go away.
Random Gian at 9296 says, Garza, what happened to the Yeti?
Oh, I still have the Yeti microphone. This is the new, I bought a new microphone for the show. It's actually a better quality mic. It's a Shure mic. If anything is sounding a little bit off, though, I do want to apologize. It is possible that I may have the decibel levels a little too high. And if I do have the decibel levels a little too high, let me know, you guys. But overall, I think 21 decibels plus on there was one of the recommended things. But here we go. But here's the Yeti. I'm not getting rid of the Yeti by any means. I'm keeping it as a backup microphone. If anything happens to this microphone, if I have to send it in for its warranty or anything, I could still use this to do the show. But yeah, we're just kind of keeping the Yeti microphone pretty much on the back burner at this point, just kind of Just kind of sits around and chills out for a bit, and it sits on a stand. How much for the Yeti? I mean, I ended up paying about nearly $100 for it at the time, but it's an older model at this point. It got the job done. It was a really good one. I would recommend but yeah, no, this is one of those things I got to keep. I like keeping my old microphones, especially if they still work. Mainly because the show needs it. The show needs to have a backup mic because this show is so. This show at the end of the day is a very microphone heavy show. It requires a good mic for the most part. And yeah, I'm excited though. The show's gotten better because of it. I'm happy to have a way better microphone than I had before. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of a good microphone. And yeah, I paid a pretty penny for this thing. I paid $280, but I have it on a 6-month installment plan, 0% interest. I'm only paying about $44 a month for it for 6 months, but well worth it. Because it's weird because I've already made most of that money back through gifts and super chats. And this really is one of the better microphones I've ever used. I mean, this microphone is top tier, man. Top G. Let's watch this.
Just dealing with the fact that they have room temperature IQ. The bear thesis is totally dead. What happened today was not a trade. It was a public execution that was carried.
Oh my God. Just because Bitcoin goes up in a day doesn't mean that you were right about Bitcoin. This is what I hate. I hate it when pricks like this guy say, oh, the markets went up, therefore I'm right. No, it just means the markets went up. People invest in stupid shit all the time. Look at the collectibles markets. A freaking first edition Charizard went for hundreds of thousands of dollars last time I checked. And it's a piece of cardboard at the end of the day. You know, and I understand collectibles markets are different because they don't rely on intrinsic value. They rely solely on perceptual value. And that's the thing about collectibles markets. That's why I don't deal in collectibles, because collectibles in themselves, it's an unpredictable market. You may you may buy a Charizard for $200,000 today, but then again, that Charizard's demand may go down. You may have paid $200,000 for it, but if you try to resell it later on down the road, it's possible it'll only be worth $50,000. You know what I mean? So the problem with collectibles markets is you can't measure the value. I mean, you can measure the value of what the collectible is. You could know it's a piece of cardboard, but all that collectibles markets are based on is perception and story, perception and story, and that's it. That's why I don't trade in collectibles. I don't trade collectibles. I don't buy collectibles. I will say for video game systems, though, if I go to a garage sale and there happens to be a good video game console there, I will absolutely get it. I'll buy it. But for the most part, man, I'm loving this. I am loving this. Amazing. If you guys can, though, don't forget to double tap the screen to like the stream. One more time, double tap the screen to like the stream. The more likes we get, the better. It does help the channel grow in more ways than one. So please, like I said, double tap the screen to like the stream. If you guys love Trump as much as I do, please double tap the screen. But if you guys cannot stand Adam Livingston and think he's a total chud, then double tap the screen.
Beat out by Yield, Liquidity, and Michael Saylor's.
Tim Smith 4118 says, I just almost passed out.
Oh, man. This is too good, man.
Beautiful orange war machine. The market.
I thought Michael Saylor was the worst of the Bitcoin bros, but honestly, Adam Livingston takes the cake. Adam Livingston is the worst out of all these guys. Holy frickin' crap. Holy crap, dude. Give me 1 second, you guys. I'm trying to take this all in.
Real Garza says. Subscribe and double tap the screen.
I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say. Well, here's the problem. Like I said, collectibles markets are all about feelings and perception. That's why I'm not a big fan of trading in collectibles. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of collectibles markets in general. I tend to just stick to things where where there's actual value that I can measure. You know, like intrinsic value is not perceptual value. It's like, is it useful? What does it do? What can it do? What is it doing? What is it producing? You know, and that's one of the reasons why I'm so into the equities markets, like stocks. I get to invest in great companies, and I can measure their value outside of what the market tells me it's worth. But I really do appreciate measurable value. That's a big deal to me. Can I measure the value of said company? And that's a big deal. You should be able to measure the value. Anyway, let's just go.
It is voting with capital, and guess what? When Stretch just happens to have more trading volume than the annual dividend obligation of Strategy, you have to
Oh my God! Just shut up, dude. Let's listen to him, but shut up. Adam Livingston, come on, brother. Come on, man.
wonder what is going through the Bears' brains.
Digital
Because
trash,
remember,
bro.
they are extremely...
You know what's going on through my brain? You want to know why I'm bearish on Bitcoin? You want to know why? Because Bitcoin sucks. Bitcoin is a string of data at the end of the day. You don't own anything more than a string of data. And even then, it's all just registered on a public ledger, a decentralized one. That's it. All Bitcoin truthfully really is a decentralized public ledger. And I'll admit the cryptography is very impressive and the algorithms are great. But that's about where it ends. Bitcoin as a pure product is absolutely worthless. And in a lot of ways, it doesn't have any good use cases. It's slow. It's unreliable, in my opinion. In a lot of ways, it's easy to scam people as well with Bitcoin. That's why I'm not a fan of Bitcoin. I think there's too many bad actors who use Bitcoin, and that's a problem.
stupid people, so they probably don't understand the magnitude of this Bitcoin singularity happening.
I love how this guy's calling bears stupid. No, you're an idiot, and everybody else who's getting into Bitcoin is a moron. You do realize that Bitcoin has no real value, and that the markets are actually people are idiots if they're all buying into Bitcoin. And if they're all buying into Bitcoin at once, and the price goes up, and they're buying it for a higher price, they're even stupider than I thought they were.
Before their very eyes. Stretch is walking into this fixed income world, okay? It's kicking down the door, it is stealing the silverware, it is seducing the bond market, and it is using the proceeds to buy more Bitcoin than any single entity on Earth. So that is what you're looking at right now. You can call this a normal security if you want to. This is the ultimate capital.
Oh, God, stop talking about strategy. Micro Wiener Strategy is a fake company, basically. If you're going to back your entire company with Bitcoin, if you're going to churn your entire stupid, idiotic software company, which I like software companies for the most part, but not Michael Saylor's company, though. His company is not worth the time, bro. It is not worth the time. Holy crap. Adam frickin' Livingston. Get out of town, bro. Get out of here, bro. Just stop.
Vacuum with
Come
a
on,
ticker
man.
symbol on the NASDAQ. And the funniest part that the bears out there, they still think that they are even in an argument. They are not in an argument. They are in a hospice center. They are trying to explain.
Oh my God, this guy's a tool. What a tool.
Why the company that just raised $3 billion in 3 days at speed should somehow be afraid of the dividend bill while the entire planet is lining up to hand Saylor more cash. It's like watching a man scream.
Why? First off, Adam Livingston, I don't think you realize just how mental the world is right now. We live in clown world. We live in a world full of morons. And you know what? The morons are the ones who are lining up to try to give Michael Saylor their money for shares of his micro wiener strategy. Michael Saylor has ultimately not won. And I do believe I want to see Bitcoin crash because it has no intrinsic value. And it's not that I want to see, I do want to see it, but it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when will Bitcoin go to near zero. That's a big question. Bitcoin, look, I'm always going to be pessimistic about Bitcoin because Bitcoin is something to be pessimistic about. There's no intrinsic value in Bitcoin. It is a string of data. You own a string of data. There's nothing underlyingly valuable about it. Its use case sucks. It's a slow network. It's going to be hacked by quantum computers eventually. Can we at least understand that? This Adam Livingston guy, man, I'm trying to be patient and I'm trying to be polite with this guy. But my goodness, man. My goodness. I've tried to be patient. I've tried to be polite, but I got a job to do here. Quite frankly, you're in the way. No, but look, Adam Livingston, man, just stop with the Bitcoin shit.
The restaurant is doomed while there was a line around the block and the chef is buying the building next door. For years, the traditional finance equity investor class has been screaming that Saylor was reckless. The clowns online have said that he is on the brink of liquidation. He's dangerous. He's over-levered. One bad quarter away from collapse. And now what do we have exactly?
I can't stand this dude. Dude, Tim. Oh, bro, I love you. I'm going to try to get... Tim, I love you. I'm going to try to get through 5 minutes of this fucking horse shit. This is so shit. This is such a level of shit. This is crazy.
We have the greatest wealth transfer in the history of humanity. A machine that can tap capital markets, absorb absurd size, and route that capital into the hardest asset on earth, while the critics sit in the corner, clutching their spreadsheets, soaked in tears and their treasury coupons. This is the part that they cannot emotionally process because this product works.
Okay. We'll try. We'll try to win a decision. We're 2 minutes and 46 seconds into this video, okay? Tim, we'll do it. We'll do it. I'm going to try to do it for you guys, okay?
Demand is real. The liquidity is real. The yield is real. And the Bitcoin acquisition...
It's all fake. It's all a string of data that's backing it up, dude. There's no gold backing up strategy. Strategy is literally a Bitcoin treasury. It's strings of data. Michael Saylor traded his entire company away, the soul of his company, to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a cult. And guys like Adam Livingston are the problem. Because Bitcoin's a Ponzi scheme, and then you got these guys turning Bitcoin into like a cult. This dude is trying to convince young people to basically be gamblers. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to convince young people to be gamblers. I mean, that's about it, man. Hey, I want to thank Cast Blast for the high five for 100 joules. I really appreciate it. Everybody give a shout out to Cast Blast. Thank you so much for the high five for 100 joules, my brony brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Tim Smith 4118
Cast
says,
underscore blast
don't
1989.
tap out, let it go to 5. Try
We're
to win a
dude.
decision.
Trying so hard, Tim. Trying, bro. Trying. It's not easy, man.
Position is more real than anything. Their little bedtime story about this eventual implosion is getting mauled by actual market structure in broad daylight. So when I say that Saylor has won the game, I do not mean that he won a debate on the internet. I mean that he found the escape hatch from fiat gravity and he turned it into a repeatable corporate process.
This is so fucking mental, dude. This is mental.
He has built a machine that takes the fear, the confusion, the desperation of the old system and converts it into Bitcoin. And
when you listen to him talk, doesn't it sound kind of like it's a cult? Like, it sounds like he's saying, look at all this stuff that the almighty Bitcoin, like, replace the word Bitcoin with Jesus or replace the word Bitcoin with Allah. Okay? This guy, Adam Livingston and Michael Saylor, are basically pastors for the Bitcoin cult. I would call it a religion, but it's a cult. It's a cult of morons, low IQ morons, who get together and say, oh, Bitcoin's got intrinsic value because the market went up. They don't even know the first thing about intrinsic value. That's the problem. Annie says, this is so bad, dude. Annie, every time I watch Adam Livingston, dude, I feel like my fucking brain's about ready to melt. You guys, if you guys think that Adam Livingston sucks ass, double tap the screen. If you guys think that Bitcoin is a Ponzi scheme, double tap the screen. If you guys want sound financial education, double tap the screen, because we on the Michael Garza show like to encourage people to invest in things with intrinsic value. That intrinsic value does matter, and diversification does matter. And if you go all in on Bitcoin, you're an idiot. Double tap your screen to like the stream if you think that Adam Livingston, this guy right here, is a total chud.
the bears thought that they were watching
Total
some
chud.
man juggle a bunch of grenades. What they were actually watching was the invention of a new monetary weapon. And today, for anyone with functioning eyes, the weapon has fired and the bears are dead, bleeding out in the street. And are you still sitting on your trapped home equity during this time?
Oh, no. Oh, not again. Oh, it's this. He's still promoting this product? Oh, dude, this has to be illegal. This has to be illegal. This has to be a scam. Why would anybody of sound mind and judgment, I think only people of unsound mind and judgment would take part of their home equity and borrow against it to invest in Bitcoin? I mean, this is insane. I mean, this is levels of, oh my God, it's sick. Dude, every time I watch an Adam Livingston video, dude, I feel like he lives rent-free in my head. I have Adam Livingston derangement syndrome. This guy sucks. I thought I had Michael Saylor derangement syndrome, but I got Adam Livingston derangement syndrome. Dude, this guy sucks so bad. Oh my God, I thought I sucked ass. I thought Michael Saylor and I were really super lame and gee. But dude.
Annie01200 says, this is gonna be 5 minute, he'll never get back. Tim will remember this. Tim Smith 4118 says, Livingston just hit Garza with his finisher.
Oh, dude, I can't with Adam Livingston, dude. But hey, do you guys want to see this guy promote a scheme, a terrible scheme? If you're a moron, you're gonna fall for this. But if you're a smart person, you realize that you would never borrow against your home to invest in in a Ponzi scheme, in a digital greater fool theory experiment.
Time when Saylor has created the orange Bitcoin singularity, you need.
Hold on, let's see what Tim is saying.
Tim Smith 4118 says, there is a part where he says people who don't have Bitcoin have parents who don't love them because they are too stupid, but I can't remember if it's this video or not.
Oh my God, are you serious? Oh. I fucking can't, dude.
Need to understand.
I can't, bro. I can't. I try. We're going to do this, though. We're going to get to... We might even go a little further than 5 minutes. I'm going to show you guys how long I could last in the sack with Adam Livingston, okay? I'm going to show you guys how long I can get it on with this Adam Livingston video.
And that strategy is driving all of the Bitcoin out of circulation, and you have no choice but to front run him. Go to joinhorizon.com, take your trapped home equity that's sitting there getting eviscerated by inflation, buy Bitcoin. This team will help you every single step of the way.
It's sad that he thinks that Bitcoin is a hedge against inflation. It's sad that people actually believe, that morons out there actually believe Bitcoin is a hedge against inflation. It is not. Bitcoin is clickcoin. Bitcoin is garbage Ponzi money. I want everybody to be aware of that. And I hope people are aware of that because it is Ponzi money. And it blows my mind. It blows my mind that people fall for this garbage. Like, that's... I think that's the part that just kind of makes it worse. In fact, I think it's just sad. There's just so many gullible people out there. And they don't know. And some of these people out there, they just don't know that Bitcoin is terrible Ponzi money. It's just a lack of education.
No risk of forced liquidation. You have no income requirements. There are no term limits and there are no monthly payments. You're trapped home equity into Bitcoin. Joinhorizon.com. I'll talk more about them at the end of the video. So now let's talk about the math, because this is where the bears begin sweating through their dockers and reaching for their emergency LinkedIn jargon.
Oh no. Oh no. You guys, is he right? Do you guys think that I'm intimidated by all this? Do you guys think that I'm not ready? Bitcoin is clickcoin. Like I've said before, I've said it once and I'll say it again. Bitcoin is hot garbage. Once again, Bitcoin is hot garbage
that they have to use so they can feel better about themselves because their parents never loved them. Their parents would have loved them if they were smart people, but remember, these people are very stupid, mentally deficient individuals. You need to understand that in roughly half of an hour, the machine appeared to have pulled in about $302 million. That's correct.
Tim Smith 4118 says, I'd buy Garza's sweaty dockers on eBay.
What else would you buy? What else of mine would you buy, Tim? Oh, God. This show gets... I will admit that this show gets so homoerotic so fast. I try not to get it that way. I try not to get it to that point. But I know you guys love this. I know that's the way you guys like it. You guys are perverted. You guys are sick.
In half of an hour. That is enough to acquire roughly 4,000 Bitcoin in half an hour. Some people spend 30 minutes choosing a salad dressing. And then Sailor spends 30 minutes inhaling a small nation's annual monetary discipline. And then you widen the lens and it gets even filthier when you just look at yesterday, for example. 1 day of issuance of Stretch, roughly $850 million straight into Bitcoin, given last week's 79% capture rate of the volume above $100. That buys something like 11,795 Bitcoin at...
Yeah, this guy sucks. I mean, this guy is at a level of suckage that I'm just like, ugh.
the prices that I was looking at throughout the day. 1 day, 1 trading session, 1 more cheerful trip to the capital markets petting...
Okay, we did it. We got to 5 minutes and 30 seconds. I can't do it anymore, Tim. I can't do it anymore, dude. This guy, Adam Livingston, is so full of shit. And he is terrible.
Let's bring in retired 2-star Marine Corps General Arnold Punara. He is the CEO of the Punara Group. General, good for you to join us this afternoon. Really appreciate your time. You probably heard David Asman a moment ago saying that American oil exports in the wake of the closure, the blockade of the Persian Gulf, are at an all-time high.
Is that guy wearing lipstick? Hold on. I think that dude got done wearing lipstick earlier. Huh. I mean, you know, whatever floats his boat, but
High. That would probably make Iranian...
Double tap the screen if you think that this guy's wearing lipstick. It kind of looks like it. Once again, double tap the screen if you believe that this guy's wearing lipstick. Freaking hot, man.
Oil exports at an all-time low, and it's costing them money. Let's put it up on the screen. $435 million per day, $13 billion a month, and that is money that comes right out of the pocket of the Iranians who are trying to fund this war.
Yeah, Iran isn't going to... It's great. Iran's not going to have any money. They're not going to have any income, man. Iran's government doesn't deserve it. Iran's government deserves to crumble right at its feet, dude. Iran's government needs to crumble, like right down the pipe.
Yeah, well, John, great to be with you. If you're looking for my comment, I would say I enjoyed hearing the positive news on our oil exports as well as the lower taxes. And the big taxpayer today is just what you mentioned. It's Iran, because they are no longer able to export 3 million barrels of oil a day because they were trying to block the Straits of Hormuz. Our policy in the U.S. government for decades and decades and decades is freedom of navigation and keeping that strait open. And that's exactly what our United States military and Navy is doing today.
So President Trump has completely turned the tables on Iran. Iran thought that they had this big card to play, which was the global economy, just by closing off the Straits of Hormuz. The president has now shown the flip side of that to say, no, we're going to close off your economy through the Strait of Hormuz, and for everybody else, it's going to be open. So what effect do you think that will have on Iran vis-a-vis getting them back to the table?
Well, look, the other thing that I want to point out, and you covered it on your program many times, is the president has given our negotiators, and I'm sure they're going back to the table, like he said, a very strong hand to play. And that's because not only is he blocking their oil exports, but he's taking out their nuclear ambition, their nuclear program. And that also has been the policy of the U.S. government for decades and decades. And he's the only president that's actually put that in force. And Sandra mentioned a comment that, you know, short.
Well, that's good, man. Here's the thing. I think Trump is doing the right stuff. You know, I've said it once and I'll say it again. I still think that Trump is, you know, absolutely on the right path. I think that Iran has basically no cards to play at this point. I think that Iran really is cooked. They just don't have a shot at any of this. And, you know, I'd like to believe there could be room for peace here, but I don't think there's going to be whatsoever.
Term pain for long-term gain. I can tell you, you know, none of us like paying the higher gasoline prices, but I will tell you that if Iran got a nuclear weapon, the fanatic Ayatollahs, they would use it. Lower Manhattan, Washington, D.C., San Francisco Harbor, and the devastating effects on our economy would be 1,000 million times worse than anything related to gas prices.
You know, I thought what was really interesting, obviously somebody's urgently trying to get in touch with
I gotta see if there's any comments on here. I gotta see if people noticed what I noticed. Hold on. Well, never mind. I guess nobody really noticed what I noticed. All right.
to you there, General, is that, you know, Iran has been so vociferous on X and other social media platforms in their belligerence and their taunting, and even up to the strait being closed.
I feel like Iran has no room to taunt. You know what I mean? I think that Iran they're not going to win this conflict. At least I don't know how they can. I really don't. I just don't think they have a shot at this.
By the U.S. Navy. They were saying, well, if you thought that $4 and $5 a gallon gasoline is bad, just wait. You're going to be longing for those days. They have been uncharacteristically quiet over the last couple of days. Ghalibaf hasn't been saying anything. Arakchi hasn't been saying anything. What do you attribute that to?
John, they're in a box. They have no cards to play. President Trump has all the cards. They
True.
have no access to get their oil out in a major port except through Hormuz. They have no cross-country pipeline. They've got the Jazz pipeline, but they do 2 million out of Hormuz.
Hey, I want to thank you, Cancel F7S, for sending a laughing disco for 250 joules. That really does help the channel in a lot of ways. So big shout out to Cancel F7S for sending a laughing disco. Appreciate you. Man, I want to say, I gotta love that. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, you sent 2 laughing discos? Hell yeah, I'm going to give you likes on both of those. So I gave you, Cancel F7S, I gave you love on both of those gifts, man. Anybody who wants to send gifts, though, it really does help the channel in a lot of ways. Helps the channel grow. Not only just helps the channel grow, it helps fund the channel in a lot of ways. So anytime you guys want to send gifts, I am always on board to receive them. And give me a second. But no, thank you guys so much. Anytime we get gifts, man, it really helps. So thank you again for Mr. Cancel for sending that, bro. Yeah, if anybody wants to send any gifts at all, man, we appreciate them. So we don't shy away from those gifts, brother. Oh, shit. What else did we get? Oh, hey, Cancel F7S. Thank you for sending Headliner, man, for me, baby boy. Hey, everybody, let's give Cancel F7S a shout-out for sending Headliner for 1,500 joules. I really do appreciate it, man. And earlier, I want to thank Cast Blast 1989 for sending a high five. But once again, man, let's give a shout-out to Cancel. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna highlight these. And I'm going to have text-to-speech say them aloud, actually. Hold on. Open selection in immersive reader. All right, that doesn't work. Hold on. Well, it hurts like hell. It hurts like hell tonight. No, I appreciate the gifts, man. Anytime people give gifts, it just really helps the channel grow in a lot of ways. And we appreciate it big time, man. Thank you. Hey, Vito the Viper, thank you for sending the 100 for 2 joules. I really appreciate it. But once again, Cancel, thank you for sending Headliner for 1,500 joules, man. I appreciate that big time. I wish this would let me do a text-to-speech sort of thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, everybody give a shout out. Actually, you know what I could do? Hold on.
he couldn't help but smile.
Oh, okay. Darn, okay. Well, shit. Never mind. But Cancel, I really do want to thank you for that. That really does help quite a bit. Anytime we get gifts, you know, it really keeps the channel flowing. It keeps the channel going. So anybody who ever wants to send gifts, we're always more than welcome and more than happy to accept gifts because it does help us a lot. Well, let's keep going.
Barrels a day. They can only do a couple of 100,000 there. That's nothing. It's a drop in the bucket. Their military has been devastated. Their nuclear ambitions have been, you know, reduced. And I think the president is correct, keeping our military focused on making sure they can't translate their enriched uranium or ever build a nuclear weapon. Yeah. So I think the president has put Iran in a box that they can't get out of unless they negotiate and bring out a peace that we've never had in the Middle East for decades.
Oh, we just got.
And the real question is, though, I mean, like, can peace in the Middle East even really be achieved? Like, I wish I could believe it would be true. You know, ultimately, would I love to see peace in the Middle East? Yes. I just don't have a lot of faith that it's going to happen, I guess you could say. You know what I mean? I don't. I just don't. I wish I could. But I just don't. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think there will actually ever be peace in the Middle East? Do you guys think it's just kind of a pipe dream for most people to have? I think, I don't know. Let's just keep watching.
At the 2-minute warning, the White House briefing Caroline Leavitt, the Secretary Scott Bessent, and the Small Business Administrator Kelly Loeffler will be joining her this afternoon. I wanted to ask you about this, and this was whether or not China is providing weapons to Iran. This was the president with Maria Bartiromo this morning.
Maria's pretty dope, dude. I like this gal. She's awesome.
I think it does. I mean,
she's on Fox Business, man. She's a smart cookie, man. You can't doubt Maria, dude. She's a smart cookie.
He's somebody that needs oil. We don't. He's somebody I get along with very well. He just wrote me a beautiful letter.
He wrote you a letter?
Yeah, he did. He responded to a letter that I wrote because I had heard that China is giving weapons to, I mean, you're seeing it all over the place, to Iran.
Oh, shit, dude. Cancel comboed a 100 for 2 joules. Uh-oh. Thank you for the 2 joules. Thank you for the 100s for 2 joules, man. I appreciate it, brother. Oh, man. Cancel's comboing him. He's like 16. Oh, shit. Thank you, Cancel F7S, for sending those for 2 joules. I really appreciate it, brother. But let's keep going, man. Let's keep watching.
That China's
did he
giving
say he's
weapons.
giving them?
Yeah, and I wrote him a letter asking him not to do that. And he wrote me a letter saying that essentially he's not doing that.
So China does have a lot of vested interest in what the U.S. is doing now because they get the bulk of their oil from Iran, and it has to go through the Strait of Hormuz. But this idea that China might be supplying weapons to Iran, the president wants to make sure that's not happening. Do we believe Xi Jinping?
Well, I would say, John, the president took the correct action in addressing this with China at the highest levels and the response. And I don't have access to the highest levels of intelligence, but the president has made a pretty clear statement about the situation. I would go back, though, to what Ronald Reagan used to always say about the Soviet Union: trust but verify. Iran has definitely provided weapons to Iran in the past. They certainly are trying to get a foothold in Saudi Arabia and with our allies by selling them weapons. So I would say trust but verify, but I would take the president at his word.
Yep. All right. Well, we'll see if that indeed is the case. That big meeting coming up within the next month, the president, Xi Jinping, in Beijing. General, thanks for being with us. Appreciate it.
Always a privilege.
All right.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube.
I'll admit that was an interesting clip. Essentially what I'm seeing here is that we're winning. I mean, based on a lot of these reports that we're watching on like Fox News and stuff, I mean, we're winning in a landslide. I mean, we've pretty much taken over the Strait of Hormuz. You know, for the most part, we're allowing people to go through. Obviously, we're not letting Iranian oil tankers get through, which is good. And that's going to prevent them from funding their war efforts. So I'm very satisfied with what Trump has been able to accomplish. I think it's fabulous, man. I think it's fabulous. Give me a moment. All right. The arrogance continues. Let's see what Hannity's talking about.
Of course, we begin with a clear, unmistakable warning from U.S. Central Command to any ship attempting to navigate through the Strait of Hormuz in Iran and around.
Oh, shit.
Tim Smith 4118 says,
Oh, no.
Shkreli threatens to have sailor arrested.
Okay.
Just emailed you the link.
We got to watch this, dude. We got to watch this. Martin Shkreli is threatening the GOAT, Michael Saylor. The greatest of all time, by the way. We all love Michael Saylor. I'm pulling up the link right now. I can't believe it, man. Michael Saylor. Wow, dude. Copy the link real quick. Hold on, let's open up the link. Okay, so let's see what this is. Michael Saylor. We love Michael Saylor. Michael Saylor. Okay, what the hell is this?
I just don't think I'm.
Hold on.
Are you on vacation here?
I live here. I'm retired. I just don't think I'm meant to live an uncomfortable.
This is AI-generated slop. Dude, this is AI slop. Come on, Michael Saylor. Dude, Michael Saylor basically essentially. Let me get this straight. So Michael Saylor basically thinks his audience is Riri's. This is what this is telling me. Oh my God. And there's people defending Michael Saylor on X. Those guys are idiots.
Life.
Michael Saylor's a freaking moron, dude.
Wow.
I stand with Shkreli, dude. I love Martin Shkreli, dude.
How did you make it?
I worked hard as an engineer to save money. Again. Then I put my
Did you?
savings into Stretch.
What is Stretch?
Wow. So basically, Michael Saylor is using AI slop to convince people to invest in his holier-than-thou crap software company called Micro Wiener Strategies, which isn't really a software company anymore. They just hold a bunch of Bitcoin. My God. Michael Saylor's trying to scam us all. Michael Saylor is trying. It's clear. He's trying to convince us to buy a Ponzi scheme. Basically, Michael Saylor is trying to convince us to buy a Ponzi scheme, which is called Bitcoin. Michael Saylor's trying to convince us to invest in his crappy company by using AI slop, shitty AI ads. Obviously, we all know that Michael Saylor's entire followers are all mentally, well, I think you know what I'm trying to say.
Stretch is a stock. Right now, I get about 11% a year in dividends. Nice.
If you, by the way, I just want to let everybody know, if you put your entire net worth into STRC, you are the dumbest person on the planet. I just want to make that clear. I want to make sure you guys are aware that an investment in this Michael Saylor shit is not going to make your life better. In all reality, it could make your life that much worse. Cancel F7S just comboed. Thank you for the thumbs up for 10 jewels, and thank you for comboing 11 of them. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Cancel F7S. I appreciate it, brony. You're a pink brony bro, and you dance at the gay club. Oh my God. I'm just having fun on the stage in my hooves. I'm wearing a man thong down at the Pink Brony Club. I'm gonna keep on fapping at the Pink Brony Club. I'm gonna keep on crapping down in West Hollywood. I'm gonna keep on fapping at the Pink Brony Club. No, but thank you, Cancel F7S, for comboing the thumbs up for 10 jewels. I appreciate it big time. Let's keep watching, man.
It's the stretch, 11% monthly cash dividends, tax deferred.
Are you on vacation?
Wow. This makes me sick. Let's see what the comments say. I love this. Not Ponzi, mostly Ponzi, neutral, kind of Ponzi, extreme Ponzi. Absolutely, dude. This is some bullshit, man. Okay, yeah. No, thank you, Tim Smith. I appreciate you sending me that link, dude. That was pretty badass. Everybody give a shout out to my boy, Tim Smith. Oh, my God.
Round Iran. Take a look.
The U.S. has announced a formal blockade of Iranian ports and coastal areas. This is illegal action. All vessels are advised to immediately return to port if leaving and discontinue transit to Iran if that is your next port of call. Do not attempt to breach the blockade. Vessels will be boarded for interdiction and seizure transiting to or from an Iranian port. Turn around and prepare to be boarded. If you do not comply with this...
Annie, what we just watched...
Annie01200 says, I have no words. WTF did we just watch? LOL.
Yeah, it's honestly AI slop advertisements like that that make me realize that Michael Saylor deserves to go bankrupt.
This blockade, we will use force. The whole of the United States...
I'm so sad right now. Thank you, Tim Smith, though. I appreciate you, bro.
Now, as we speak, Iran is feeling the pressure.
I mean, not going to lie, what we just watched pissed me off to holy hell, but my God, do I love Tim Smith anyway. Tim Smith is the GOAT.
U.S. naval blockade tonight. There are reports that the terrorist regime might soon be unable to pay its own military and other government employees. Also, its central bank might literally run out of money. Hyperinflation is already a huge crisis and is set to get even worse with 180% inflation levels. And tonight, President Trump is giving Iran's leaders, whoever they are, whoever might
Trump
still
makes
be
me
alive,
hum.
a
Trump
preview
makes me
of coming
hum.
attractions. what is happening now, this is what will happen if they refuse to accept the president's terms. No more, no less.
I'm kind of curious to see what happens, man.
Because in less than an hour, the U.S. could completely wipe out Iran's entire oil industry on Kharg Island. Wipe it out and take away their main source of revenue.
That would be pretty wild, actually. No, seriously, think about it. That would be bloody wild if that ends up happening.
Oil economy, and it would take it out for decades to come. Now, of course, today, President Trump has shown tremendous restraint, and according to my sources, the president is now himself directly involved in negotiations as it relates to Iran, and he is speaking with these leaders. He is speaking boldly with zero ambiguity, not being subtle, not exactly the Trump way. Now, there's no doubt Iran's government knows exactly what their dwindling options are at this hour. Give up their weapons-grade uranium. That's 1,000 pounds, 460 kilograms, and all future nuclear ambitions. Stop, of course, fomenting terror in the region.
Yeah. Oh, my God, exactly. Stop it with the terrorism, dude. That's the one thing about Iran is the fact that they're the number one state sponsor of terror. I mean, that alone pisses me off to no end. Another factor that people need to consider is that they were enriching enough uranium for it to be to a point of pure weapons grade uranium. So yeah, like we can go over a whole checklist. Number one state sponsor of terror, enriching uranium to almost near weapons grade, killing its own people for protesting their current regime. Yeah, I mean, there's a laundry list of reasons why the Iranian government had this coming and why the Iranian government no longer deserves to exist. Iran's government did this to themselves, and Iran's government deserves to take the brunt of the punishment.
Clear the Strait of Hormuz,
absolutely,
or lose all oil revenue and lose your economy, and then face a population that is not getting paid and will have nothing to lose moving forward. Now, frankly, there really isn't much to negotiate. Iran either comes to its senses or they don't. They can do it the easy way, they can do it the hard way. President Trump remains optimistic, and he is dedicated. He wants peace wherever, whenever possible. But the belligerence, the arrogance from Iran's evil leaders, it just continues. Now, tonight, 4 more innocent protesters, they have been sentenced to death in Iran, including, for the first time, a woman who is accused.
Wow. Oh, my God. I mean, if this doesn't piss you off, this is one of the other reasons why we had to go to war with Iran. They kill their own people for protesting their terrible government. And by the way, Iran's government is shit. The fact that they execute protesters publicly tells you everything you need to know about the Iranian government. That the Iranian government should no longer exist at all. Period. End of story. I think you know that I'm right deep down in your heart of hearts. I think you know I'm right. You are thinking about it, at least. Let's keep going.
Accused of throwing objects
at
Iran's military thugs. All right, thanks for watching. Check out my new podcast, Hanging Out with me, Sean Hannity. The big interviews, the debates you won't
Sean
get anywhere
Hannity
else.
is a stud, by the way. But yeah, here's the thing, man. The United States military pretty much has control of the situation at this point in the Strait of Hormuz, whether you guys want to admit it or not. Hopefully you guys admit it. I don't know. Oh, there was a Jesse Waters thing I wanted to watch. Hold on. Where's my homie Jesse Waters, man? Yeah, it's our channel now.
Buy or sell anything.
Hell yeah, bro.
And Trump's trying to put his name on their stuff.
You can call it the Strait.
Trump's the man, by the way. By the way, you could call it the Strait of Trump now.
Strait of Hormuz or the Hormuz Strait. I said, which is better? They said, either is okay, but you can call it either one. The only thing you can't call it is the Trump Strait. They don't like that idea.
They should call it the Trump Strait, though. I'm gonna start calling it the Trump Strait right now, dude. I want to make sure that catches on, everybody. I think we should call it the Trump Strait from here on out, bro. Absolutely, 100%, bro. No, Trump's the man, dude. Trump is the GOAT. I think we're all aware that Trump is the man. Yeah. I think there's a lot of people who are jealous of Donald J. Trump, and ultimately, that's just all there is to it. It's just people that are jealous. They know that Trump's the man. They know that Trump kicks ass, and it's just pure jealousy at the end of the day. That's all it really is. So yeah, everybody's jealous of Trump. I mean, that's all there is to it. And yeah. Don't take my word for it. It's pretty obvious.
Whether the Iranians like it or not, it's our water. Our guided missile destroyers are parked right off their coast, and they haven't done a thing about it. Not a missile, not a rocket, not even a peep from the Mosquito fleet. 10 tankers with Iranian oil tried to bust out, and we turned around all 10. Any ship that gets close, here's this. Listen.
The U.S. has announced a formal blockade of Iranian ports and coastal areas. This is illegal action. All vessels are advised to immediately return.
Yeah, that's some freaking top G shit right there, dude. Get in there, get out, man. Get in there, get out.
Port if leaving, and discontinue transit to Iran if that is your next port of call. Do not attempt to breach the blockade. Vessels will be boarded for interdiction and seizure, transiting to or from an Iranian port. Turn around and prepare to be boarded. If you do not comply with this blockade, we will use force. The whole of the United States Navy is ready to force compliance. Now.
Soon we'll have 3 carriers in the Gulf, the Lincoln, Ford, and Bush. The Lincoln...
That's crazy, man. That is insane.
...has 5,000 sailors and Marines on board, executing the blockade from the Arabian Sea. The Ford's in the eastern Mediterranean, and the Bush is screaming up the Horn of Africa with 6,000 men ready for anything. In a week or so, we'll have the USS Boxer, an amphibious assault ship. The Marines on board are conducting chemical, radiological, and nuclear threat training, just in case. The USS Tripoli is also pulling blockade duty. Here are the boys conducting on-board close quarters training. These are the guys that rappel down from choppers and seize the ship's captain if a vessel with Iranian cargo doesn't follow orders. The Navy's loving the blockade. You know who else is? Morning Joe. He's hearing the same things we are.
They are actually very positive about the blockade. They believe the dynamics have changed rapidly.
Wow, is Morning Joe actually, is Joe Scarborough actually going to be okay with this? Joe Scarborough pisses me off. Let's keep going.
And that Iran went from having time on their side to Iran now understanding they are going to have to eventually come to a deal. They're degraded radically when it comes to their military operations, and now they're really starting to feel the heat economically if the United States, they say, will continue the blockade.
Iran's on the brink of bankruptcy. They're bleeding over $400 million a day. According to my math, that's $1.3 billion vaporized since Monday. And in less than 2 weeks, they'll have to cap their oil wells. Once the money dries up, their military will miss paychecks, and that could get ugly.
Yeah, here's the thing. I think that Iran's cooked. Iran is absolutely cooked, man. The Strait of Hormuz blockade, I mean, this is going to backfire on Iran more than anything. I didn't realize how tired I was. Shit. But yeah. But what do you guys think, though? Do you guys think that Trump's on the right path? Give me one moment, though. I'm going to start a gift goal real quick. Just give me a few seconds. Okay, so let's take a look here. And I know that it's you stopping me from falling, crashing down, losing ground.
On top of the naval blockade, Treasury's unleashing Operation Economic Fury. We're going to bomb their bank accounts. Iran attacked their Arab neighbors, and now it's payback.
We have pushed out to them the request that we want to freeze more funds of the leadership of the IRGC and any members of Iranian.
Please do that. Please, please, please.
Leadership, we have told countries that if you are buying Iranian oil, that if Iranian money is sitting in your bank.
Tim Smith 4118 says, I wonder if we can get Adam Livingston to do a meet and greet at Seven Devils.
I'm pretty sure Adam Livingston would do just about anything for a couple bucks. Oh, Tim. Honestly, it would be pretty fun to debate Adam Livingston. You know, since Peter Schiff and Michael Saylor don't seem to, well, Peter Schiff wants to debate Michael Saylor. Michael Saylor doesn't want to debate Peter Schiff. But Peter Schiff would win in that debate. And I would be the Peter Schiff, and Adam Livingston would be the Michael Saylor in the debate, and we would have a debate at Seven Devils while maybe potentially drinking double IPAs. And maybe we would eventually sing Kumbaya and maybe start kind of getting a little handsy with each other, you know.
Banks, we are now willing to apply secondary sanctions, which is a very stern measure, and the Iranians should know that this is going to be the financial equivalent of what we saw in the kinetic activities.
The regime's cooked. The commander-in-chief says we're deep into the fourth quarter, basically, and
small wiener
to
gang.
The mercy rule.
Oh, crap. Angel Cat, thank you so much, Angel Cat, for subscribing to the channel. Everybody give a round of applause to Angel Cat. Small wiener gang. No, thank you so much for subscribing, Angel Cat. I really do appreciate it big time. Everybody, subscribe if you want to subscribe. We want to get more subscribers on the channel. More subscribers we get, the better. It does help the channel grow. We're currently sitting pretty at 10,047. Hopefully we could get to 10,050 before the end of the stream. But yeah, we're in the 10,000 marker, man. People don't realize, man, we're a 10,000 subscriber channel now. It's big, man. We're at 10. We're now at 10,000 subscribers officially.
Tim Smith 4118 says, breaking, Martin Shkreli says that Michael Saylor is not a good advocate for Bitcoin and he is shorting $MSTR because it is going to end badly.
Dude, Martin Shkreli is my hero, by the way. I already love Martin Shkreli, but honestly, after hearing that, I love Martin Shkreli even more. Like, I want to hold Martin Shkreli in my arms and sing him a love song like the Pink Brony Club. I'm gonna keep on fapping at the Small Wiener Gang. I'm gonna keep on crapping down. And Robert Thornton, everybody, give a shout out to Robert Thornton. Thank you so much. I'm going to put your name back up on the board here in just a second. Gang. Thank you, Robert Thornton, once again. I want to give you your praise, man. If you guys want to subscribe to the channel, tap the subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner. We're now officially a 10,000 subscriber channel. So the more subscribers we get, the better. And yeah.
Based Bill Lumberg says, you are gay for Martin.
I think everybody's a little gay from Mr. Shkreli, dude. I love Martin Shkreli, bro. I don't think he's that bad of a guy. I think the mainstream media did everything in their power to make him look like the devil. And in all actuality, the more I watch Martin Shkreli, he's just a guy who really loves investing and is actually a pretty cool dude. I really appreciate Martin Shkreli, man. I'm a Shkreli fanboy, bro. I love the Shkreli machine.
Being called.
I had to divert because if I didn't do that, right now you would have Iran with a nuclear weapon. And if they had a nuclear weapon.
Tim Smith 4118 says, I'm gay for any.
Hot. Get it, Tim Smith. You do your thing, bro.
You would be calling everybody over there, sir, and you don't want to do that.
Well, you keep saying was. Is this war over?
I think it's close to over, yeah. I mean, I view it as very close to over. You know what? If I pulled up stakes right now, it would take them 20 years to rebuild that country. And we're not finished. We'll see what happens. I think they want to make a deal very badly.
The Iranians want...
What is wrong with me being a fanboy of Martin Shkreli, dude? Shkreli's the man, dude. Martin Shkreli is based, dude. Based, bro. Martin Shkreli is sexy. Dude, I don't know. I love Martin Shkreli. And anybody who doesn't love Martin Shkreli, dude, I think that you just got to reevaluate your shit, dude. Reevaluate your shit. Just reevaluate it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Yes. Yeah. Just make sure that you guys tap the subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner. Oh, my God.
Round 2 of peace talks. And the Chinese are begging him to go back to Pakistan because now Beijing starting to feel the heat.
2 Chinese banks received letters from the U.S. Treasury. I'm not going to identify the banks, but we told them that if we can prove that there is Iranian money flowing through your accounts, then we are willing to put on secondary sanctions.
Xi Jinping got a bit prickly.
That would be wild, man. Secondary sanctions on him? Shit.
About the embargo. Now wants the whole war over. He sent a letter to Trump, a love letter.
That's hot, dude. Xi Jinping sent a love letter to Trump? Dude, that's hot, man. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I mean, there's some activity in my pants going on right now thinking about that. Trying not to get too hot and heavy right now. But, you know, thinking about Xi Jinping. Is that his name? J-Pang? I don't know. JPEG? I love the guy. Xi Jinping. Yeah, dude. Is that how you properly say it? Hey, based Bill Lundberg. Bill Lundberg, you're the man, dude. You're the man, dog.
Annie01200 says, LMAO, oh God, Garza.
Oh, yeah. This is what we're doing on this channel, man.
Tim Smith 4118 says, why does the name Luigi Mangi and I make me hungry? I can't hear it without wanting to grate some Parmesan onto something.
Chef Boyardee, baby. Give me some lasagna. Give me some... Dude, that's awesome, dude. Tim Smith is constantly racking out these fucking gems of a comments, by the way. If there was a comment Hall of Fame, you know, like there's the NBA Hall of Fame, Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. If there was to be the comment Hall of Fame, Tim Smith would basically be in that Hall of Fame. I mean, the dude's a legend. Tim Smith is a damn legend. I love having Tim on this chat. Anytime Tim is in the chat, dude, I love it.
Somebody that needs oil, we don't. He's somebody I get along with very well. He just wrote me a beautiful letter.
He wrote you a letter?
Yeah, he did. He responded to a letter that I wrote because I had heard that China is giving weapons to, I mean, you're seeing it all over the place, to Iran, that China's
Did he
giving
say he's
weapons.
giving them?
Yeah, and I wrote him a letter asking him not to do that.
Dude, it sounds like they, maybe they're. I can't believe Z sent a love letter to Trump, dude. That's so hot. That's so hot,
And he
dude.
wrote me a letter saying that essentially.
I think everybody wants to send Trump a love letter, dude, because he's the man. I mean, if I was to write a love letter to Trump, I'd be like, dear Mr. Greatest President of all time, I love you. You're the man. Thank you for making America a better, safer place. Thank you for making it to where the Democrats were unpopular, because they definitely are. And thank you for saving us from the Democrat Party, man. Thank you, Trump. Mwah. Mwah, 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 mwah. Allegedly, hypothetically speaking. I just wanted to add the kisses because, look, I'm a Trump fan, okay? Trump's the man, dude. I want to keep him in office. Hey, by the way, we're only a year into this. We still got another 3 years to go. Are you guys excited? I know I am. Dude, I love Trump, man. Trump is the GOAT. Trump make me hum. Oh my God, no. Tylord, you're not going to get any more kisses, bro. You're not going to get any kisses on the live stream, bro. You guys. What am I going to do with you guys? What am I going to do?
He's not doing that.
Trump says the Chinese are actually happy that we're opening up the strait, saying this: Xi will give me a big fat hug when I get there in a few weeks.
That's hot. Dude, I think, that's so hot. Damn, dude. Maybe we're going to be buddy-buddy with China after all. Maybe that is what's in store.
Beijing can't buy any more cheap sanctioned Iranian oil, and now every Chinese trade route to the west is controlled by the U.S. Navy. But the Chi-Coms are welcome to buy American, and they already are. The U.S. oil market is open for business, and it is booming. Big oil just had its biggest payday in history. The United States just hit an all-time high all week, exporting.
Damn, dude. Honestly, here's the thing. If you own any oil companies like the Chevrons and the Shells and the whatever other oil companies exist out there, I mean, you're making bank.
5 million barrels a day. Over 100 tankers are lining up off the Gulf of America to get their frantic little hands on our sweet, sweet crude. And it's not just crude. We're shipping everything from gas, jet fuel, diesel at record levels. And we're getting over 1 million barrels a day from our new amigos in Venezuela.
Hey, by the way, if you guys love Jesse Waters as much as I do, double tap the screen. If you guys think that Donald Trump is the greatest president of all time, double tap the screen. If you guys think that, if you guys think that the U.S. has essentially won this war, that we've won this war, double tap the screen, man. Look, J.D. Vance is the man. Donald Trump's the man. Marco Rubio's the man. If you guys love all three of those dudes, double tap your screens right now, bro. Bronies. You're a pink brony, bro. Drill, baby, drill. But yeah, no, I honestly do enjoy like investing in stocks like Chevron and ExxonMobil, companies like that. I'm a big fan of those, dude.
Tim Smith 4118 says, breaking, meet Kevin and Adam Livingston to do a live podcast together this weekend.
No, Tim. Please say you're lying. Please say you're lying. Meet Kevin, Adam. That's like the two douchiest guys on the internet getting together. Adam Livingston. The two douchiest dudes you could ever imagine getting together on one podcast? No. So wait, when the hell? How did you find that out, dude? It better not be happening, Tim. I hope you're joking, bro. I hope you're joking, brother. Tim, man, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Oil futures for June just dropped into the 80s. Prices at the pump are down from last week's highs and still falling.
If you told me that we were going to be at only $92 a barrel, $92 a barrel.
I mean, all things considered, after everything that's happened and all the uncertainty surrounding the war, I mean, it shows that investors have a lot of faith in Trump, and which is one of the reasons why the price of oil, I think, hasn't skyrocketed. And I think the reason why the stock market is going back up is because there is institutional faith in what Trump is doing. People believe in Donald Trump, man. Investors especially. And I can't say I blame them.
I would have been very surprised. Gasoline's coming down very soon and very big.
So you think gas prices will be lower before the midterm elections?
I think they'll be much lower before midterm, much lower.
After 6 weeks of the war, gas is still cheaper than it was under Biden. And the S&P and NASDAQ just hit all-time highs. That's right. The stock market is at all-time highs. All the losses from the war erased, and we're back at it. Yep. It's been one of the best 10-day runs in market history. And hats off to the War Department. We wiped out the Ayatollah and his whole military in 6 weeks. And Iran can't trade with anybody except themselves. We lost more aircraft during training drills last year than we did during this entire war.
Wow.
We were told this was a quagmire. There was no strategy. They even told us Iran was winning. Now, I don't know how you win a war without an Air Force, Navy, or money. It's probably wishful thinking. On top of that, China and Russia haven't done a single thing to stop us. Not a single thing. Nope. In Venezuela or Iran. Our enemies got exposed, and our allies, well, we know who our true allies really are.
Did you see Europe is now drafting a program and plan to open up the Hormuz Strait without the United States?
It's so sad. We're doing it now. By the way, it's opening. The ships are coming back and forth. Oh, without the United States. It just shows you, how can you have a country, how can you have a group of countries with that attitude? Look at Greenland. We should have Greenland to protect the world against Russia and China. This country should not be paying trillions of dollars to NATO.
And
yeah,
this
exactly.
Just in, sources tell USA
Dude, Trump is so freaking spot on. You know, why should we even deal with these freaking, supposed allies who never come in the clutch to help us out when we need them the most? They're supposed to be our allies, yet they don't do diddly squat when we need them. So who needs NATO? I don't think we need NATO. If I'm going to be honest, if I'm going to be extremely, extremely truthful with you guys, we don't need NATO. I say rip it up. I say rip it up. Why even bother? And that's the way I see it, Give me a moment, you guys. Hold on. I'm do something real quick here. There we go. But yeah, no, I think that let me see here. Is that good? Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing. Is this from me? Nah. Testing. Okay, now I'm going to lower this down a little bit. Push it up. There we go. That works. I think that's probably for the best. There we go. That's probably for the best. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. At the end of the day, I just don't know. I'm so confused. Mainly Shactually. 0 ships have went anywhere. Sure about that? Look, I trust Donald Trump on this one wholeheartedly. I trust Donald Trump on this one completely. This is not a liberal YouTube channel. We're pro-Trump. If you guys love if you guys love Donald Trump as much as I do, please double tap the like button, double tap the screen. If you guys are big JD Vance fans, double tap the screen. If you guys want JD Vance to be the president in 2028, please double tap the screen. If you think that Trump and Vance are the best duo ever, please double tap the screen, man. It helps the channel in a lot of ways. So the more people we have double tapping, the better. But there we go, man. There we go. Trump's the man, though, dude. And I don't know what everybody's problem is, man. It's like, dude, he is the greatest president of all time. And I don't know why people are denying this. There's Donald Trump, there's Abraham Lincoln, and there's George Washington. Top 3, the goatesses, the greatest. And you know what? If they put Trump on Mount Rushmore, I'm not opposed to that either. I'm not opposed to it, man. He's my presidente. All right? That's my president. That's my president, bro. The GOAT. But thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. We've had a lot of people coming into the show. Appreciate it big time. Yeah. We're staying sexy. We're staying fresh. Keeping the mussies fresh. Hold on. Give me just a moment, you guys. I'm doing a little bit of extra research on here. Why do you pity me? Why do you pity Zaddy? Why do you have to pity me? What's up? Is it because I'm the man and you're jealous that I'm so cool? Are you just mad that I'm kicking ass? Why are you mad at Zaddy? What did I do? What did I do? Why is the chat mad at me? Why is the chat so upset? What did Zaddy do? What did Zaddy do to make you so mad and miserable? What did I do? I don't know, bro. Why are you guys so angry at me? What did I do? I know. Am I in the files? Maybe. Which files are we talking about? What are we doing here? All right. That's how it's got to be, huh? Is that how it's got to be? Whatever, bro.
Today that the Pentagon is planning a decisive operation to force the communists to capitulate in Cuba. So it looks like Trump's going for the hat trick. Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube.
Jesse Waters is the best, man. I love him. All right, let's take a look here. What else are we going to look at here? Watching the candle flicker out on the evening glow. I can't let go. When will the night be over? I didn't mean to fall in love with you, but baby, there's a plain name for what you put me through. It isn't love, it's robbery. I'm sleeping with the ghost of you and me. When will it set me free? Game. Oh, man. Give me a few seconds here. It's not a conspiracy anymore? Oh, shit. Let's take a listen.
Another individual connected
God.
to top secret nuclear research has vanished without a trace. This is now the 10th person. I'm gonna be honest, guys. Whenever there was like 3 of them, I was like, who knows? I'm running out.
Asman, baby. We love Asman on this channel. Give me another moment. I gotta readjust. There we go. Can you guys still hear me? I want to make sure that everybody can hear me at least. Actually, I think this is perfect. I think it gives the illusion of you guys hearing me. Hold on. There we go. Perfect. Hey, I want to give a big shout out. Thank you, Flexin Finessin FF, for sending a 100 for 2 jewels. Once again, Flexin Finessin FF, I want to thank you for that gift. I see you, Brony Bro. I see you, Brony Bro. I appreciate you. Give me another moment. Okay, I started another goal on there, so that kind of helps. Started a gift goal. When will it set me free? And I hear the voices call. It's following footsteps down the hall. Watching the candle flicker out in the evening glow. I can't let go. When will the night be
Out of
over?
fingers.
There's a story that caught our attention. We're talking about a number of U.S. scientists, some connected to very sensitive research, who have died or disappeared. Carl Grillmar was an astrophysicist at Caltech. He worked on a NASA...
Yeah, this is getting kind of weird. Like, who is basically... It sounds like these people are being assassinated. You know what I mean? It sounds like these... It sounds pretty sketchy. You know what I mean? So it's really cool that they're actually looking into this, because I heard something about this before. But there's a pattern here. Now, obviously, correlation doesn't automatically equal causation. True. But at the same time, there's a pattern. It's a pattern.
Reported space telescope project. Now, he was shot and killed at his home just 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Then there's Frank Maywald. He was a senior scientist at NASA's Jet Propulsion Lab. Monica Reza also reportedly connected to NASA's Jet Propulsion Lab project.
10
She went
people.
missing last summer. There's William McCaslin, a retired Air Force general. He's a former head of Air Force Research Lab and oversaw advanced space and surveillance programs. He's been missing since February. He once oversaw funding connected to a project that also included Monica Reza. Melissa Cassis, been missing since last summer. She worked at Los Alamos National Lab, also had security clearances.
My God, dude, this is weird. These people are literally disappearing.
So too did Anthony Chavez, also connected to Los Alamos, an engineer. He disappeared. No signs, no answers. And then finally, there's Nuno Loureiro. He was the MIT researcher focused on nuclear fusion and was shot and killed in his Massachusetts home last December. The same...
Can I just say that Will Kane is a total G, by the way? I love Will Kane. I used to watch him on ESPN Sports Center. Like, he, he used to be on ESPN, very talented individual. One of my favorite guys, though, when it comes to political commentary, though, I love Will Kane, man. Will Kane is a total stud. That's all I got to say. Well, I got more to say than that. Will Kane is an amazing human being. And his show's pretty good. He's got a good show going on, man. Hey, by the way, I want to give a shout out to everybody who subscribed to the channel. We're now at 10,051 subscribers. Once again, we're at 10,051. We've been getting more and more subscribers every single day, and for that, I want to thank you guys. Let's keep going.
Handful of institutions, NASA, Air Force Research, Los Alamos Laboratory. Could they be connected, or is this something else entirely?
This video obviously contains only the first 7 missing scientists. Now, we also have Michael David Hicks. No cause of death, no autopsy. NASA never said a word. He worked at the same...
That's kind of weird, man. This is just getting weird.
NASA JPL lab alongside Frank Maywald, Monica Reza, and Carl Grillmar. Stephen
weird,
Garcia
man.
disappeared. Nuclear weapons contractor in New Mexico with top-secret clearance, and also worked with the Los Alamos National Lab, walked out of his house with a handgun and nothing else, left his phone, wallet and car behind. And finally, Jason Thomas, research scientist at the Department of Defense, disappeared December 2025, body pulled from a frozen lake 3 months later.
I thought that there...
That's sketchy. That is so fucking sketchy. Wow. This needs to be national attention. That is disturbing.
There's no way this shit's connected. But then we had things like this come up. Congressman Rep. Tim Burchett on UFOs and aliens.
Seriously? Are you being serious, or is that tongue in cheek?
I'm being 100% serious. Okay. I'll just tell you this. If they would release the things that I've seen, you'd be up at night worrying about or thinking about this stuff. This country would have come unglued, I think, if they would have heard all that I heard. They would demand.
That's crazy, man. That's wild. So the whole aliens thing. Hey, what's up, Archer? We got Mr. Archer in the house saying, woo, let's go, Garza. Is live with my brony bro. What up, dude? Yeah, we're brony broing, dude. Now, they could be working on top secret stuff, but the fact of the matter is that guy was missing for 3 months, and then they find his body in a lake. They find him dead in a lake. How screwed up is that, man? This is why I don't like big government. This is why government needs to be small. We don't want a sinister big government. That's why we should never want to pay too much in taxes. We want to keep the government small, and we want to make it to where the government cannot do shady shit.
Form of life that is not earthly, or just something mechanical that's not earthly?
I'd say you'd be safe to say both.
The way you describe...
So let me get this straight. A literal congressman just said that.
We are in danger. You said you wouldn't sleep at night if you knew the things that I saw in these briefings.
I don't think we're at
crazy,
danger of this. I mean, these things, they could have destroyed us with a blink of an eye. I just don't see that. And
What? Logically, he's right. If there is alien life out there, it is probably so advanced and so technologically superior that they literally look at us like ants in an ant farm.
I just don't see that. But I do think they have the technology and the capabilities of something that we can't understand or we can't grasp.
A member of our government has told you that there is a form of alien life and machinery that interact.
That is kind of wild. And if that is true, by the way, if that is true, I'm stunned. If that's true, I'm stunned, man. Beyond freaking stunned. Unreal. Unbelievable.
Did with people?
Yeah, they have.
Yeah. What? What do you mean?
It's pretty wild. I know. But I'm just telling you, I'm not going to lie to you. A very high-ranking naval official described underwater craft, something big as a football field, moving at over 200 miles an hour. We don't.
Wow. Something moving 200 miles per hour underwater?
Even have a sub that'll probably do 40 miles an hour.
How is this guide okay to say all this? The story about Eisenhower storming Area 51, if you want to show? Yeah. Like, I thought Eisenhower showed up at Area 51.
They called us in, went into the Oval Office. President Eisenhower was there and Nixon, and they said, we called the people in from Area 51 and this.
Holy
they
shit.
told us that the government had no jurisdiction over what they were doing. So he said, I want you to give them a personal message. They have this week to get into Washington and to report to me. And if they don't, I'm going to get the 1st Army from Colorado, take the base over. I don't care what kind of classified material you got. We're going to rip this thing apart.
Wow, man. Holy crap.
Eisenhower was going to invade Area 51
Amazing.
With the 1st Army.
I mean, like, I guess we're going to probably find out. We're going to get to the bottom of this sooner than later, it seems.
Is there aliens? The question is, are there aliens? And if so... Oh, shit. Andy Dick? What's Andy Dick saying?
See, in a lot of ways, you're lucky you never had kids, but I would say it's way luckier to have.
It depends on your personality. I mean, there's no...
But you have the personality that a kid needs. This fucking, excuse me, America, and every kid in America needs a you. You need, you know, you're not,
Andy,
you're only 70. It's about, it is the cutoff point. You can still get a hot young girl who's smart, cool, young, and young to you would be 40.
I have it. And she doesn't want kids either, so it's great. No.
What about adopting
Lots of
a nice little black kid?
Oh.
I don't know what's funny. That is so racist.
Andy Dick's the man, dude. I love Andy Dick, but no, I'm a big Andy Dick fan, though. I love him. Give me a few moments. Oh, the 5 is talking a new twist in the scandal. Hold on.
Democrats are sprinting for cover as the Eric Swalwell sexual assault scandal.
Eric Swalwell, dude. This guy is a creep. This whole Eric Swalwell situation is insanity. In-frickin' sanity. Let's react. Let's give our commentary. I'll make sure I keep an eye on the chat to the best of my ability. I cannot contain the chat. The chat has a life of its own.
Gets worse. He's now facing criminal investigations in both Los Angeles and New York City. This after 5 accusers came forward with shocking allegations of sexual misconduct, including one woman's horrific account of being drugged and raped. Swalwell has denied those allegations.
So, dude, that's messed up shit, dude.
One way Democrats are dealing with the fallout is by trying to change the subject. AOC hopping on her bike to blame Trump.
The President of the United States is implicated in the Epstein files. He is convicted in court on 34 counts of fraud, felony fraud. When that guy can...
But weren't those charges dropped? Just because a court's... By the way, those charges were ultimately dropped. I'm so sick in here. I'm so sick and tired of hearing this shit.
Can do it and become president of the United States, then what happens is that you get all these members that think I can abuse people and still keep my job too.
And Swalwell's pal, Jimmy Kimmel, is pretty silent about the allegations, not referencing the scandal on his show following the breaking news. And this after Eric Swalwell launched his California bid on Kimmel's show just months ago.
When we were pulled off the air, you and your colleagues supported us, and I appreciate that enormously. There you are with all wearing the hats. That felt good to see, I will tell you.
I came here tonight, Jimmy, to tell you and your audience that I'm running to be the next governor of California.
Yeah, dude. Well, I guess not anymore. It's okay, bud. It's okay. With our arms wide open under the sunlight, welcome to this place. I'll show you everything. With cheeks wide open. Wide open. If you guys can, though, don't forget to send us a gift. Gifts do help the chat grow. Sorry. Virtual gifts on YouTube help the channel grow in a lot of ways. So anytime you guys send like a little happy poop emoji, not like a happy poop emoji, but a happy poop gift, or a disco ball, or any of the specific gifts that are available for the live chat, any gifts that you guys want to send, it does help fund the channel in a lot of ways. So please don't forget to send a gift of any kind, whether it's small, whether it's large. The virtual gifts really do help the channel in more ways than one. So I do want to thank you guys for taking the time to send the gifts, though. It's really fun to receive them. I like to give people shout outs as well. So whenever you send a gift, I like to try to shout it out as best as I can and give it a little heart, So, I acknowledge these gifts, man. I appreciate them big time. Give me a few moments, though. and I hear the voices call, following footsteps down the hall. Don't forget to double tap the screen to like the stream, though. One more time, double tap the screen to like the stream. Let's go. Hey, thank you guys for tapping the double tapping the like button, man. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate everybody for being so supportive. You guys are the mans.
So, Greg, everybody here at the table, but all of America has been waiting to hear your thoughts on this development.
I'm not going to lie, this is Christmas. We've been following Swalwell forever. It's groundbreaking. Prosecutors say this is the first time they've used DNA from farts. You guys don't remember that? All right. So I got to tell you, just from a human standpoint, it was obvious how creepy Swalwell was because he wore his desperation like a skin suit. It was so obvious that he craved status, and sex, but he had no skill.
That's hot. That's hot.
In attaining it.
Okay, when it comes to Swalwell, no, it's not hot, dude. Hell, shit. I mean, this guy definitely does exude a level of creepiness to him. There is something about the guy. I just think it's funny, man. The left has some funny heroes. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some creeps on the Republican side. Don't get me wrong. But, man, it just seems like there's so many more creeps on the left. It's crazy.
So he chose the next effective path, which is become an obedient male leftist, which affords you the freedom to take advantage of women because, you know, you're on your side. Women who are feminists know what this guy is. He's the guy that says he believes you, and then he tries to pull the moves on you after he gets you drunk.
Yeah. Swalwell's a total creep, by the way. Oh, man. Does it surprise any of you guys?
The Harvey Weinstein method, the progressive pig pass is what I call it.
Yeah, so basically that's what these beta males do is they pretend to be woke and shit. And then when they convince all these women that, hey, I'm woke and stuff, do you want to bang? That's basically what he's doing. This woke bastard. This wokonian dude. Woke as hell. My woke brony bro. You're a pink brony bro. And you dance at the gay clubs. Hey, guys, don't forget to tap the subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner. It does help the channel grow. Once again, don't forget to tap the subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner. We're at 10,053 subs. We're trying to get a few more subscribers, of course, so don't forget to subscribe. Let's go.
If Swalwell was a dwarf, he'd be called rapey.
Oh, God.
You know.
Oh, my God, yes. That's a good one. We got to hear that again. Hold on.
If Swalwell was a dwarf, he'd be called rapey.
Oh, my God. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Fucking brilliant.
She brings up Trump, and look, Trump. No one's been more clinically examined by the media than Trump. Believe me, if they had anything on Epstein, they would have let it loose a long time ago. As for whatever his flings are, yeah, he said, "I'm no saint." Remember when he said that? Quite a shocker when you're a billionaire straight male living with celebrity status in Manhattan that you screw around. Sometimes you're only as good as your options, but he's not rapey. That's rapey. You know, my theory, the men on the right have to be better and are better than men on the left because...
That's true, because men on the left are pussies. Men on the left tend to have no testosterone, and that's true. And they do creepy things to the ladies. That's just the truth. I mean, I look like a beta male, to be honest. I look like a beta, you know.
You know, we don't use one identity to cloak the other one that's underneath. Does Jesse and I pretend to be anything else than what we are? No, you are. People, we know.
I am what I am.
You are.
You just gotta hit the subscribe
Julian
button.
Fry says, "Oops, accidentally hit the unsubscribe button. How do I fix that?"
You just got to hit the subscribe button at this point, you know. There should be a subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner, and you just got to press on it, man. That's how you roll. Don't forget to subscribe, you guys.
Are what you are. Have you ever seen either of us rattle off a phony speech of fake compassion the way Newsom or Kimmel or...
Oh, yeah. That's the thing I love about Gutfeld. Is, you know, love him or hate him, he is an authentic human being, and I appreciate authenticity and sincerity. This guy is just who he is. I am who I am. I'm not going to, you know, I do exaggerate myself a little bit on the show, but at the same time, what you see is what you get. And obviously, I change over time and I evolve. The show maybe is probably devolving as far as I know, but Greg Gutfeld's a total stud, dude. I love Greg Gutfeld, man. I love Jesse Waters too. I think they're both pretty sexy dudes. They're very beautiful men. Hot, beautiful men. Hell yeah. Let's keep going. Let's keep flowing.
Tim Waltz or Swalwell.
Oh, Tim Walz, dude. Don't keep my man's Tim Walz name out your mouth, Greg Gutfeld.
We have never done that.
Well, sometimes Fox makes me apologize. But I didn't mean it.
You meant it.
I meant it.
But and by the way, I mean, there are times when conservatives often fail and fall into scandal, but it is known as hypocritical. Not as deceptive and not as some kind of protection racket where everybody knew about it, but decided to throw you to the wolves because your utility was outlived by your embarrassment. You had to get rid. If he just stayed in his own little box, I'm going to be congressman, they would have totally embraced the fact that he's rapey, which is kind of sad in itself. But now he lost everything.
Kaylee, what about the possible criminal potential of this? I mean, I guess they have to do the investigations, and I understand from Carrie Urban, who was on earlier, that there's a lot of evidentiary things that have to happen. But the way she's describing this, it does seem to me that that would be the next logical step.
Yeah, it seems like that's being looked into, and there's no doubt about it that it should be. It's always innocent until proven guilty, but you do have the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department who's saying the alleged rape of Lana Drews, which she put out her claim yesterday, took place in July of 2018, as reported. That's her account. And then when you look at documents like the FEC and campaign expenditures, and you see $361 in campaign cash, by the way, that he spent to go to the Montrose Hotel, all of a sudden you have funding matching the account of this woman, and she's not the first woman with an allegation. There's another one. No doubt they'll be looking at the similarity of the allegations and look at corroborating details, perhaps contemporaneous notes that she sent to friends, which she says she has, and so on and so forth. But the thing I am so appalled by is the media, because when that young woman was making her claim yesterday, you looked over at MSNBC, not covering. You looked over at CNN, not covering.
Yeah, it's crazy. Of course the left wouldn't cover it because they want to look like the virtuous party at all times, when in all reality, the left is probably the sickest party out there. The left is the party of fake it till you make it. Ultimately, like I said, the left is the party of fake it till you make it. No doubt. 100%. I think everybody's aware of that. It is the party of fake it till you make it, one way or another. And I think fake it till you make it is kind of a shitty philosophy to live by anyway. That's just my take on it. And feel free to disagree with me on that, by the way. But it's good to see you guys on here. You guys are probably wondering, where's the mustard? I got no mustard tonight, man. I'm just here to spit my hot takes on the variety of content that's available on the interwebs. Believe you me, man, there's tons of content on the internets. The internets. I love the internet.
You know, we yesterday on Outnumbered, we talked about Tony Gonzalez, who's a Republican. We talked about Eric Swalwell. And it's a shame to me that the networks that were all so big on Me Too couldn't.
Oh, yeah. So big on Me Too, they're not even covering this at all, dude. They're not talking about the Swalwell scandal at all. Of course they're not, because the left is a bunch of hypocrites. And don't get me wrong, Fox News is no better. I've seen Fox News be very hypocritical in a lot of its coverage as well of different things. So I'm not in any way just blindly defending Fox News on this one. But at the same time, I'm not going to blindly just say that, what do you call that network? MSNBC, I'm not going to say that they're a good network. I think that they're pretty rotten to the core. Just tons of things. I don't know. Trump's the man. I think Trump's doing good work. And to anybody who doesn't agree with me, that's fine. You do your thing. But I'm standing my ground, bro. What the hell am I watching? Oh god, this is... Dude, some of the vertical lives on here are sad. Oh my god. Yeah, some of these vertical lives, man, they're just so cringy. I was looking up some of them, man. I was just like, what the hell? When will it set me free? I hear the voices call. Following footsteps down the hall.
Not air the claim of this young woman that was egregious, truly.
And Jessica, we haven't heard your thoughts yet on Swalwell.
It seems like I'm the only left-leaning woman who didn't know that this is who Eric Swalwell was. And I was pretty stunned, actually, by how pervasive the reputation was. I do not believe that it was well known that it went that far to get to an allegation of rape, because Nancy Pelosi endorsed him for governor of California, and Nancy Pelosi...
I mean, I don't know. I am curious to see where this ends, though. I'm curious to see how this ends, man. I mean, his whole political career is obviously shot after this. Maybe he'll rebound, you know? Maybe the allegations aren't true, but it's starting to seem like they are.
Pelosi is very well connected and would never have done something like that if she had known. But the allegations are terrible. Swalwell's attorney is out with a statement about what happened at the Montrose Hotel, saying that regret isn't necessarily rape, and that acknowledging that there was a consensual encounter that this woman feels differently about now. I think that you are not hearing maybe as much as you would like to about this, though I certainly have seen a ton of coverage about it because it affects a race as well. I mean, Eric Swalwell will disappear from public life, but the race for governor goes on, and the deck is getting completely reshuffled, and everyone is scrambling to figure out how to get, you got to get Tom Steyer on.
This chick is in my opinion, a very whacked out leftist, dude.
And Matt Mahan, the mayor of San Jose, et cetera. But I think to some degree, Democrats are just done with him. I think that there is a feeling of disgust about this and betrayal.
Well, I mean, it's pretty weird. I mean, what he did. I mean, some of the allegations are kind of cray-cray. I mean, yeah, Jennifer Holloway, yeah, throwing people to the wolves to distract from it all. That's probably what they're doing, man. They're just throwing them to the wolves. I could see that being a thing. It's a good comment. It's a good comment. Appreciate it.
About this, questioning why he would also, run for higher office with this expectation that you are just, no one is ever going to talk about what your character is. And it does. I'd appreciate that you did talk about Tony Gonzalez yesterday, but Tony Gonzalez is...
yeah, Jessica Tarlov, or whatever her name is, from The Five. She's obviously the only leftist on the panel, but she is just, in my opinion, one of those leftists who I just can't stand her, man. She's just so frustrating. She's an example of why I won't vote Democrats. People like her are the main reason I don't vote Democrat, period, end of story. It's that simple. And it's just how it is. That's just how it is, man. But yeah, no, the left is just out of its collectivist mind. People like her, believe that, I don't know exactly what she believes in, but I know there's a ton of leftists just like her who believe in communism and socialism and think that that's a good idea and that it would work if implemented by the government. It just wasn't implemented correctly, is the excuse that they use every time. Look, the left is out of its mind. They injected collectivism into its veins. I think the left were always pretty collectivist to begin with. But, yeah. Nice to meet you, Mr. Anthony. I appreciate it. And Jennifer Holloway saying exactly. Sharon, exactly. 100%. No, thank you guys for coming onto the show and checking this out, man. We more people we have, the better. Watching the show, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. Yeah. So if you guys can, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. The more subscribers we have, the better. So hopefully you guys subscribe. It really does help out quite a bit. Other than that, though, let's keep it rolling, man. Let's keep it rolling. But yeah, no, the left is the left lost me as a voter when I was younger. When I was young, when I was like really young, I used to be pretty left-leaning, not like heavily, but fairly. And then I realized the left was just terrible. No, nice to meet you, Jennifer. Nice to meet all you guys, actually. But welcome to the show, Jennifer. Welcome. Of course, we got Matt in here, and welcome to the show, Anthony. Welcome to the show, Sharon. Glad you guys could all come aboard. Thank you, Cottonmouth. But yeah, thank you guys for tapping the subscribe button as well. The more subscribers we get, the better. It does help the channel grow. But let's keep going.
Inappropriate relationship with his aide who ended up, she killed herself. She lit herself on fire. And it's worthwhile listening to the...
She lit... What? Wow. That's insane. What?
The interview that her husband gave about it. Tony Gonzalez was just going to keep sitting in his seat. It took an internal revolution within the party to even get Mike Johnson to say to him, you shouldn't be running for re-election. That was a big deal. They were going to let him run again. And now he did end up resigning because it was a 1-for-1. And if Corey Mills, who's being investigated, is going to go, then you're going to make sure that the Democrat who's also being investigated from Florida, is going to go as well. So Mike Johnson has taken no position out of any sense of morality or what is right for someone who's such a pious man. He just cares about the numbers and the votes. And that's why Tony Gonzalez had to leave the House, because Eric Swalwell went out, and so they weren't going to lose anything for it.
Yeah, Jessica's right. This is all about Mike Johnson. That's the whole plot.
Right.
It's about Swalwell's Johnson.
It's about Swalwell's Johnson.
And not Tony Gonzalez's Johnson.
Stop with Tony Gonzalez. Listen,
Why?
He should have been out when Fang Fang hit, Jessica.
Yeah.
The Chinese caught him in a honey
You didn't know
trap.
about that?
I did. I sit on this show. I know everything about Fang Fang and trans and everything else.
Fang Fang, what the hell? Oh, that's right. This was the guy, Swalwell was the guy who, I don't know, was like married or in a relationship with a Chinese spy or something like that. And they realized that this dude is a security risk because his wife or girlfriend or whatever was like a Chinese spy or something. That's crazy.
All right, so there he should have been booted.
I don't even know if that's the truth. It's allegedly from what I heard from a long time ago. So that's crazy in itself.
FBI caught him, and they were going to blackmail him. They told Nancy. Nancy sat on it. K-Mac came in, found out about it, tried to kick him out. Nancy fought for him to stay on House Intel because he was her little pet. She could control him. She put him on all the committees and made him a big fat star. So he did favors for him.
Yeah, the world is upside down. Oh my God, I can agree with that. I can agree with that completely right now. Amazing.
Raised money and was in all the green rooms, probably hitting on all the chicks. Meanwhile, the guy's a kamikaze attack drone. He just kaboom, blew up. And Nancy's probably got her fingers on it because there's no way Nance didn't know. I'm not saying she knew about the rape, but she knows everything, Jessica. It's her job to know. She's a lot of things. She's not ignorant. When you have that job, you have to know members' affairs, financials, their kids, their addictions, their wives. You know everything. It's like babysitting 200 people. And sometimes you got to blackmail them. And we've seen guys get whacked. You've seen FBI raids on people's houses. Like, what the hell did he do? We've seen ethics investigations. We've seen all of a sudden 6 women do all the TV shows over 36 hours, and the guy's gone in 3 days. I wonder how that happened, Jessica. You think Nancy had anything to do with that? Nancy did the same thing to Joe. The minute she knew he was a liability, he got whacked. Now, most members can't handle the heat.
Dude, Jesse Waters is a fucking G, by the way. I love this man. Dude, I love Jesse Waters. I know he's a little bit cheesy, but I like the guy. I think Jesse's a total stud, dude. I think he's funny. I think he's the man.
Because they're weird. And all of a sudden, they're...
I mean, it's definitely... You know, I miss Tucker Carlson on Fox, but then again, I'm actually glad that Tucker's on his own. I don't agree with him on his Iran takes, though. I think the Iran war is perfectly necessary at this point because the regime is so shitty in Iran. So Trump's done the right thing, man. Donald Trump has done the right thing, man. Yeah, Tucker's great, man. I do love the Tuck. But at the same time, I do disagree. The only thing I disagree with him at the moment, I mean, I disagree with him on a few things, actually, but I've always loved the Tucker. As they say, you can't cuck the Tuck, dude. You can't cuck the Tuck, dude. You just can't. You can't cuck the Tuck, dude.
Drunk with power or just drunk, and they're away from home.
There we
they're
go.
At these bars or at fundraising dinners late at night with lobbyists that are looking sexy and staff in their 20s, and they can't control themselves. And they're out of control. And Swalwell abused his position, and he got too big for his britches, and then it was bye-bye.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
The Joe Biden.
I mean, that is true. I mean, you know, we went in, and here's the thing. I don't think, I'll admit I do have a very different viewpoint on the Iran war. I think that there are 3 main reasons why I think that we went to war with Iran. At least the 3 in my mind that should have been the core reasons. 1, Iran was really, really close to having weapons-grade enrichment of uranium. They were close. The second reason is they've been the number 1 state sponsor of terror for years upon years upon years. That's something that we cannot forget about. That is something that we cannot forget about, man. And the third is that the Iranian government the Iranian regime was arresting people. Not arresting, sorry. They were executing their own citizens, man. And it's messed up. It's just increasingly messed up in my mind. You know. But it's whatever. It's whatever at this moment. Just for the moment. That's just my take on it, though. I know everybody's got a different take and everything like that, and I respect everybody's point of view, though. I'm probably just not going to just want to let everybody know I'm probably not readily going to agree with everybody. I try not to be intentionally contrarian, but I'm just not a big fan of the Iran government, man.
Point was a good one.
Be sure to like and subscribe.
Oh, the 25th Amendment rears its ugly head. Let's take a look.
Democrats are pushing their favorite fantasy. Jamie Raskin is trying to set up a 25th Amendment commission, a new 17-member panel composed of physicians and former high-ranking executive officials to see if Trump is mentally fit enough to be president. Meanwhile, the Democrats favor... Stop it.
Well, I can't... How can they say that with a straight face when they allowed Joe Biden to be the president for 4 years? Are you kidding me? So let me get this straight. The Democrats knew full well that Biden was not mentally fit to be the president, yet they allowed him to be the president for 4 years. And you take a look at Trump and you say he's not mentally capable of doing the job, but Joe Biden was? You guys were okay with Biden for 4 years, but you can't be okay with somebody who actually takes action like Trump, who actually does the right thing? Give me a break, dude. The left is a joke. The Democrat Party is very unpopular right now. Don't get me wrong. The Republican Party is pretty unpopular too. Most people are checked out of politics for a very good reason. Most people are checked out of politics for a good reason. A lot of people want to vote independently because they're tired of being affiliated with parties they don't like. People would rather have a third party. They would rather vote third party. People are checked out. And I don't blame them. I'm a Donald Trump fan. Don't get me wrong. I'm pure play Donald Trump fan. I'll vote J.D. Vance in 2028. I'll admit that. I like J.D. Vance. I think he's cool. I think he's the man. But it's neither here nor there. Don't forget, if you guys can, don't forget to tap the subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner. It does help the channel grow in more ways than one, and I do appreciate everybody for taking the time to sub to the channel. It really does help the channel grow. I mean it. Let's keep
Jessica, favorite sharpest attack, former President Sleepy Joe is making headlines telling a black Syracuse trustee he looks just like his former boss.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. He kind of, well, okay. I sort of see it. I
always want to turn around and one
got
guy
you.
Say, Barack, what are you doing? Come here. I feel like he should be standing on the right and I should be standing on the left. Hey, did you just look at Barack? Anyway.
Oh, my
You
God,
have to
Joe
answer this
Biden.
honestly, Jessica. Did that black guy look like Barack?
More than you look like Barack.
Okay,
Yeah, he did.
1%.
Looks like- okay.
Put the pants on.
I don't know what you're trying to accomplish. Like, Joe Biden's a little senile or a little bit racist or whatever. Guess what? Joe Biden doesn't matter anymore. And I do think that guy largely looks like him. 25th Amendment stuff, I would much rather focus on.
I mean, a little bit.
prices
That guy
and the
does
stuff that wins elections.
kind of
but
look like Barack Obama a little bit, yeah.
48% of Americans think that Trump is suffering from modest or significant cognitive decline because they see the guy, they hear him, they read his tweets through socials, whatever it is, they watch his actions. And
Too bad. No credibility.
Yeah,
you
weird.
lost it. You had no commission on sanity
what's a fun game?
when Biden was in. Doesn't matter to us. You know what?
I know nothing.
Donald
matters.
Trump could come to the White House dressed as an ostrich, right? And he could be flapping
My
around
man,
and
dude.
going. "Boo-doo, boo-doo, boo-doo, boo-doo." There's nothing you can do about it because you guys covered up for a demented patient. Can I mention Joe? I have to say they do look a lot alike. And I think that in this case, Joe Biden was probably the least racist person because he wasn't thinking that it was racist by saying they looked
Right.
alike. This is a huge improvement over Joe Biden. Usually when he sees a black man in a suit, he'll say, "What time are you doing court?"
Dana?
I think it's interesting that Jamie Raskin
That's
is
a
a
good joke.
constitutional
Oh,
law
that's
professor,
funny.
and he is
Allegedly.
outpitching the scheme for Congress to invoke the 25th Amendment when it's only the vice president and the cabinet that could actually invoke the 25th Amendment. And I think that the reason they're talking about the 25th Amendment is because they...
Yeah, why are they trying to... So if it's the vice president and the cabinet that have to initiate it, there's no way in hell that J.D. Vance is going to initiate the 25th Amendment. he knows, J.D. Vance knows within his heart of hearts that Donald Trump's the man and that Donald Trump's on the right path. We all know it, man. We all know it, man. I still think that Trump's on the right path, man. But yeah, Joe Biden was incredibly senile during his time as president, even in my opinion, and vice president too. But that's neither here nor there. Look, I think Trump's going to be fine ultimately. They can't truly, as far as I know, they can't really truly invoke the 25th Amendment. It would require J.D. Vance. And there's no way in hell that J.D. Vance is going to betray the Donald. All right, there's just no way.
Really don't want the Democrats to get energy behind impeachment, because impeachment will rally Republicans behind the president for the midterms, and they don't want that. So this cockamamie scheme about the 25th Amendment in Congress, it means that they can just say, well, of course he should be taken out by the 25th Amendment, and then they have no responsibility for it. It's just really dumb.
That makes a lot of sense.
Thank you.
Yes.
That's actually a really good
All I will
explanation
say is that
for
was
it.
brilliant, Craig. That Trump.
So what she's essentially saying is that the Democrats are too lazy to proceed with impeachment proceedings because they've already done that before and it failed. So what they're trying to do instead, they're just trying to say that we got to invoke the 25th Amendment, blah, 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 and all that hoop and login and stuff. Dude, it is raining hard. It is raining hard where I'm at right now. Holy crap. I might need to roll down the window a little bit. Put down the window. Jeez. Chilly out there. Ugh. Just really, really crazy downpour. All right. I got to admit, I'm a little bit tired tonight. I'm probably going to hit the hay pretty early. I may, though. I may. Yeah, no, the rain makes me pretty sleepy too. I'm not going to lie. But yes, I'm probably going to hit the hay here in just a second. It's pretty late for me at the moment. Checking one more thing here. But yeah, you guys don't forget to subscribe to the channel. The more subscribers we get, the better. It does help the channel grow in a lot of ways. So the simple act of double tapping the like button, tapping the subscribe button, it really does help in a lot of ways. So the more you guys can help out, the more we can get to where we got to go, and everything, and yeah. But let's watch the rest of this.
Like an ostrich flapping around. They've lost all credibility. The 25th Amendment. Remember, reporters were debating how dead Joe Biden was. They settled on 40%. Carl Bernstein said he froze up and he had a kind of rigor mortis. There have been multiple instances. You lost all credibility. But I'd love to see the ostrich thing. That'd be a fun.
It's the only animal that I came up with. Wish I had something more colorful, Jesse.
I like
like a flamingo?
Yes, I wish I said a flamingo.
It's okay. You can
or
consult me on
toucan.
animals next time.
A toucan. Yes, toucan.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest
So
on
good,
YouTube
dude.
and catch
So
full
good.
shows streaming now on Fox 1.
I freaking love it, man. So good. Dig it. I feel like I've seen this before. So this is saying that Iran is done if they do this. Let's take a look. Let's take a listen.
We put our 2 destroyers through. Minesweeping operations are ongoing. What President Trump has done is taken that leverage, taken Iran trying to hold the entire world's economies hostage, has taken that off the table now with this action.
So you have a ceasefire that goes for another week. We'll play it day by day and see how it goes. Right now, we want to look at sweeping the strait, how you look for mines, how you find them, if the mines are even there. Remember what the Iranians said, okay? They said this is the hazardous area. That's where the mines are out there. And they told all these international carriers, look out. But the U.S. has yet to find any. And we don't even know if what the Iranians are saying are true. In the meantime, this is the international route that you have. Into the Persian Gulf and out of the Persian Gulf. This is Oman, that's United Arab Emirates. This is Iran over here. The Iranians want you to go this way, closer to their land, between their islands to get in, and this way to get out. And that way they could find some money. They can cash that in and make sure that these international carriers pay the Iranians. Right now, the U.S. military, the Navy, is trying to starve them. What would the Iranians do? This is a possibility now. Mine types, if indeed they exist in the ocean today. You got a floating mine out there. You've got moored mines that are on the bottom of the ocean. And shallow water, like the Persian Gulf, this would be a very good tool. You've got what's known as a limpet mine that can attach itself to the side of a vessel.
Okay, that's kind of a scary prospect. So you're saying that these mines could just be sitting right underwater, could feel the pressure differential, and then suddenly just go up next to the ship and then start exploding? That's crazy. So basically the detonation is ships can trigger mines by impact or by sound, magnetic or electrical signatures. Wow. That's wild, man. That is kind of crazy.
Very lethal if they go off. And you have seabed mines here on the ocean floor as well. We also have this animation we can show you. These are sensor devices from a U.S. Navy ship. They can drop this drone and then move through the ocean, move through the water, detect, identify, and destroy that sea mine before it becomes a hostile carrier for the U.S. Navy that's trying to operate in the ocean. But to date, I want to emphasize, there has been no example just yet of any ship being hit or any mine being found.
But the ships have to have insurance in order to go through, and the insurers don't feel confident. Maybe they will get more so as our troops are there checking it out, and if they feel confident there's not there. But if you're talking about millions of dollars in cargo and you have an insurance situation, that is the problem. Let's get much more on this with retired Lieutenant General Keith Kellogg. He's a former special envoy to Ukraine and co-chair of the America First Policy Institute's America Security Initiative.
Hell yeah, brother.
Play this, or show you this, two things. Here's the Wall Street Journal editorial board saying that the blockade is a crisis for Iran. The economic damage is immediate and threatens the regime if it lasts. And here is Mr. Malecki. He is from FDD. Watch here.
They have probably around 13 to 15 for 16 days enough storage for oil, to store oil that they can't export. I think in a matter of 2 months, we're going to see a regime really reaching the point of not being able to pay salaries and riots and defections within the regime.
That would be good, though, because if they're not going to get paid, if the Iranian military ain't going to get paid, then there's no incentive for them to be there. You know what I mean? And why would they? Makes no sense. Hey, thank you, Rick, for subscribing to the channel, bro. I appreciate it. Sorry, I want to apologize if I missed anybody's chats so far. I'm trying to keep up with all the chats. There have been an influx of chats, it feels like. So, but thank you, Jennifer Holloway, for subscribing to the channel. Actually, you know what? I want to give you a shout out. Everybody give a shout out to Jennifer Holloway. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. You know, the more subscribers we get, the better. We're trying to, you know, gather as many as we can. The more subscribers, the better. Rick Sladden, thank you so much for subscribing as well. We greatly appreciate it on this channel. And anytime we get new subscribers, man, we're pretty happy campers on this show. So more subscribers, the better. It just makes the show that much sexier, in my opinion. Am I a little crazy for saying that? I don't know. Yeah, but I'm okay with that. No, but thank you guys for tapping the subscribe button. Like I said, if you guys can, please tap the subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner, as it does help the channel grow.
All right, let's get your take on it. General, good to see you.
Dana, good to see you. Thanks for having me. Look, I'm already the next step. What I mean by the next step, if I go to blockade and where we're at is where do you go next if the blockade has to be discontinued or continued and you add something onto it. which means actually going into, not into the middle of Iran, but taking like Karg Island and Rock Island and places like that with our Marines, 82nd Airborne or somebody like that. You know, I would tell the Iranians, look, if there's a ship, we put them through there, and a mine goes off, you're done. We're done with this. We're fed up with you. We're finished off. The concern I've got is we're negotiating still with an autocratic, theocratic government. When you look at people like their foreign minister, Arachi, these are hardcore.
No, I'm just glad you guys. I'm glad you guys found my channel, and I do try to put on the best show possible, a show that people can enjoy watching when I can. I really do have a good time doing this show, and I'm grateful for you guys. So that's why I continue to do it at the level that I do it, and try my best to be a stud. I want to be a stud instead of a chud.
For Revolutionary Guards, and it's the younger crew that's come on board. They're still there. They've still been indoctrinated for over 40 plus years of hating America, and that hasn't changed. So you're dealing with maybe some regime adjustments, but not regime change out there. And I think we need to take that into consideration. And part of that consideration is we just said, we're tired of you guys. We're done with it. We're going to change the dynamics of the Middle East for the next 30 or 40 years. We can sweep the Gulf right now with the minesweepers coming in, with there's 4 of them in Japan, bring them down, the LCS, the destroyers, as was shown, which Bill showed in a great animation there. But there's always a chance of one happening. You know, in the Army, you've got to, when you lay a minefield, you have to record that minefield. When you do with the Navy, in the sea, we don't know what's out there. And I bet you they're not disciplined enough to figure out where those mines are. So we don't know. And there's random 1 or 2 mines out there. Yep, probably it's going to happen.
Okay, so Maria Bartiromo sat down with the president. I'm going to play a clip of that, ask you a specific question about who's in charge. First the clip, watch.
All right, let's take a look here.
It's a new regime.
Take a listen.
Okay, and we find them pretty reasonable, to be honest with you. By comparison, pretty reasonable. I have talks with everybody, but it's very effective. I think you're going to have a great deal. I'm doing a great job for the country and for the world.
So now the Wall Street Journal says Iran's regime has changed for the worse. The U.S.-Israeli attack fast-tracked the ascent of hardliners and apocalyptic religious followers, raising doubts about a lasting peace. There were reports over the weekend out of Islamabad.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think there's going to be a lasting peace in Iran, and I'll tell you the reason for that is just, one, I just straight up don't trust Iran, period, end of story. I don't think most people do. I think most people in their right mind, realize that Iran's just not trustworthy in general. I think most people kind of have my sentiment on it. I just don't know why anybody would trust Iran. Period, end of story. That's just my take. You guys could hate me for it, whatevs. But that's my take, brony. But no, I do want to thank you guys for also taking the time to subscribe to the channel. We've gotten a lot of new subscribers. In fact, we're now at 10,058 subscribers on this channel. Once again, we're at 10,058 subs. So the fact that we're getting so many new people to the channel and so many people willing to watch the show, it's very special to me, and it means a lot. It means more to me than you guys realize. So again, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for being so accepting of me on this channel and accepting of the show. We love doing this show. We really do. We enjoy the process of making it. We enjoy, talking to all the different people and what have you. And you guys make the show fun, man. So that's why we keep doing the show, because there's clearly a demand for it. We didn't get to 10K by accident, and I want to keep doing this show to give you guys something fun to watch. And, if you guys are gooning, that's okay too. Everybody's gooning these days, it seems. They're all on their mobile phones gooning, and I'm not gonna really diss anybody for that. In fact, if anything, I'm gonna give you guys praise, for being you. Be you, man. Be you. Okay. All right. I think I might actually be a little bit more tired. No, thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate both of you guys for all your compliments, and I hope you guys are enjoying the channel. So thank you, Rick. Hey, Rock James, man. I don't know. In a lot of ways, Iran started a war by being the #1 state sponsor of terror, by enriching uranium to almost near weapons grade. You know, they definitely started it by showing that they were wanting to eventually do terrible things to nuclear weaponry, basically, allegedly. And so we got Color Lamb. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Everybody give a shout out to Color Lamb. Thank you so much for subscribing. We appreciate you.
Small Wiener Gang.
Put your name back up on the board because that's how much we appreciate you on here. No, I'm glad you guys are having fun in the chat. I encourage everybody to be themselves in the chat, whoever you may be. Ultimately, we want you guys to have a good time in there. We want you guys to have a good time in the chat and to be as relaxed as possible and to be your authentic selves. So hopefully everybody can be able to chill out and have a good time in the chat. Don't forget to double tap the screen to like the stream. Like I said, I am fucking burnt. I'm just burnt out, you guys. I'm not gonna lie. I gotta go to bed. I am gonna record actually some short videos before I go completely to bed. So I do gotta record just a couple of those. But yeah, and then after I record those, I'm going right to the bed, and I am going nighty night, nighty night, nighty night. But I do want to say thanks to everybody. Thank you, Jennifer Holloway. I'm glad you love the channel. Thank you. I appreciate it big time. Thank you, Rick. I'm glad it looks like Rick likes it too. But no, you guys are incredible. Yeah. All right, you guys. Well, I'm off to bed. Super duper tired, and yeah. I am so flippin' sleepy right now, dude. All right, you guys are welcome. Sounds like you guys already subscribed to the channel. To anybody who hasn't subscribed yet, though, make sure you guys tap the subscribe button, please. We're currently sitting pretty at 10,059 subs. Once again, we're at 10,059. So do not forget to subscribe to the channel, man. The more subscribers, the better. Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, yeah. The Michael Garza Show. The Michael Garza Show is coming down the pipe. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Drum Dude in Arizona, thank you so much, Brony Bro.
Drum Beauty says.
Appreciate you, man.
THX Bro.
Thank you, brother. All right, you guys, I should end the stream now. Later, guys. Have a good night and have fun, all right?